There is a voice inside of you, not the one you hear, but the one that hears you. It's been there your whole life, quiet, constant, listening to the things you say when no one's around. And for far too long, you've been talking to yourself like a prisoner, like a failure, like someone waiting for permission to matter. But what if, just for 3 days, you spoke to yourself like you were becoming the person you could be instead of the one you've been conditioned to believe you are? 3 days. That's all it takes to shift momentum, to rewrite the programming, to shock the system out of decay and into destiny. Because if you talk to yourself like a warrior, you walk like one. If you speak to yourself like a builder, a creator, a visionary, you move differently. You breathe deeper. You act with precision. You become what you consistently tell yourself you are. And right now, your story is waiting for a new narrator. Not the voice of doubt, not the echo of failure, but the voice of truth, unfiltered, unrelenting, and undeniable. You see, your mind is soil. Whatever you plant in it, it grows. For years, you've been planting weeds, words soaked in fear, uncertainty, self-doubt, and then you wonder why your confidence never blossoms. But if you talk to yourself with intention, if you declare instead of doubt, the weeds wither and new roots take hold. That is the law. What you impress upon your subconscious, it accepts. It doesn't judge, it obeys. Speak weakness and you shrink. Speak power and you rise. Napoleon Hill said it best. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But here's what most forget. Belief begins with repetition, with the inner dialogue you choose every single morning. So for 3 days, no more self-deprecating jokes, no more casual defeat, no more waiting for someone else to validate your worth. Instead, you speak with purpose. You command your identity. You talk to yourself like someone on a mission. You wake up and say, I am not my past. I am the architect of my next chapter. Every challenge is fuel. Every setback is preparation. I bend, but I do not break. I am rising. You say, I do not beg for confidence. I build it. I show up when it's hard. I push when it hurts. I finish what I start. You say, I will not die full of potential. I will die empty, poured out, fearless, used up in the service of the life I was born to live. Because the truth is, the words you speak into your own life, they become the bricks of your future. And every time you open your mouth, you are laying another stone. So what are you building? A prison or a palace? You were not born to walk around like a question mark. You were born to live like an exclamation. Bold, loud, unmistakably on purpose. But purpose is not found. It is forged through repetition, through decision, through the audacity to speak what has not yet happened, as if it already has. That is the voice of faith, of vision, of power. You want to change your life? Start with your language, because the mouth is a wand, and you've been casting weak spells for far too long. Now you declare war on every limiting belief that ever took root in your mind. You say, I was not made to fit in. I was born to lead. My words carry weight. My presence carries power. My life is not random. It is designed by decision. For 3 days, no complaining, no hesitating, no passive speech. You don't say, I'll try. You say, I will. You don't say, maybe someday. You say, now. You don't say, if it works out. You say, I make it work. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of autosuggestion. What you say to yourself over and over becomes embedded in your subconscious, and from there it shapes your choices, your habits, your destiny. Andrew Carnegie didn't whisper his goals. He declared them. So did Ford. So did Edison. So did every titan who walked this earth. Not because they were delusional, but because they understood the power of mental dominance. They didn't ask the world to believe in them first. They commanded belief from within, and they paid the price in discipline, in sacrifice, in focus. So must you. You talk to yourself like this not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. You're retraining the most powerful instrument you own, your mind, and the mind will resist. It will throw up old stories like anchors. It will tempt you to speak like the person you used to be, but you must speak like the person you're becoming. You must speak in the language of the future you,